Quick save. But they seem to be occupied. And pretty uncoordinated. They're just interacting with the corpses. But I mean, at least we have time. I guess we just shouldn't stand where they are targeting.
Stop! Explain yourself!
I know that the first time I did that, I just had the dialogue and it was so annoying. I just hope they won't see it as an hostile action, that's why I quick save. But I'm gonna destroy the other shriekers too. Peace and quiet. Just take the shriekers to your staff. Ultimate power. I don't know how you prevent them from just destroying you. I mean, then again, the magisters also must have a way to transport them, right? Are they all currently talking to Sebille and not to Lavender? You know, I'm God-woken, here to claim my birthright.
The elf's deep golden eyes go wide. A strange smile dances across his mouth, and he starts to roar with laughter.
The gods chose you as their champion? Some pet elf with a spoiled face?
Excuse me. Excuse me, you're an elf too. Why are you racist towards elves?
Run home, little God-woken. You find only death here.
You know, my spoiled face is the last thing you'll ever see.
You speak loudly, young God-woken, but I see only a barking dog.
Bring it. Hey Rafa, nice to see you. How are you? Hope you made it home well and nice.
You are not worthy of this temple. Leave.
I think if you would act towards Sebille like that, at the end you would just kill him.
Run back to your hearth. Cower there while death searches for you.
Should we just go with Sebille's answer? I've been to Afterlife and back here. You will stand aside or be cut down.
The laughter dies from the elf's eyes, replaced with weary seriousness.
Good. It is proper that the God-woken should not be so easily pushed away.
Oh no, mind
Many are
games.
not ready for the trials ahead. You may proceed. You find no threat here. Not from me, at least.
Okay. Weird. I ate, now I'm better. That always works, right? What did you have for dinner? And Sebille glances at him curiously. Why did you threaten me? You assume... What? You assume? Ah, I assume you didn't mean the black ring. Sometimes it's hard to translate, like, the pronouns and everything.
No, but you are not the only God-woken, Blessed One. I do not speak for the other divine champion. He may be a friend for now. He may not.
It's Alexander. He's not.
But the time comes. The time when God-woken face each other, knowing only one will be divine.
And when will that be? Or where? I've questions about what's ahead.
Indeed you do. All God-woken do. But it is not for the Knight of Tersendelius to reveal such things.
Great.
We walked your path once. You must discover it yourself, as we did. Turn to the gods. Their guidance alone will lead you.
Ha! The gods haven't been much help so far. The island is overrun with black ring.
The island is not overrun. This temple stands strong.
I mean, there are black ring people everywhere. Or there were, before we killed them.
The other gods were clearly not as powerful as Turs and Delius.
Mm-hmm.
In his fortress, the Black Ring do not succeed. They do not kill the Godwoken, but they do not fail. Now, knights and Godwoken both cower behind monsters, tied to sticks.
I mean, that doesn't sound like proud and mighty.
May Turs and Delius ever watch over you.
Alright. So Alexander is in the Elven Temple. Interesting. Burger was too lazy to cook today. I mean, burger's pretty nice. You say it like it's something bad. Mother, you always taught me what to do and what I believe was right. And so I have. I've a greater freedom here than I ever had. A greater hope in a hopeless world. One day, I hope you'll not only forgive me, but join me too. You're always welcome. X. I don't know if she expected you to turn to the Black Ring, my friend. But hey, follow your dreams. You're level 16, so I think it's safe to walk around here.
The bear nods an uninterested greeting, as if you were just another elf.
And Lavender nods back.
The bear yawns.
What a great conversation. I really do like this elven architecture. Like, so closely intertwined with the trees. Ooh, Priestess of Duna. I wonder where the dwarven shrine is.
The priestess is oblivious to you. Instead, she's locked in frantic, desperate prayer.
Almighty Duna, save your children, deliver us from the void. Almighty Duna, save your children, deliver us from the void. Almighty Duna.
Okay. It's interesting that they call those places temples, because I mean, they're so small, it seems more like shrines, I'd say. But well, who am I to judge? Once I'm divine, I will have a temple. Let's just buy some resurrection scrolls. Ooh, Bami Goreng also sounds pretty nice. I just had some leftover Nikuman, so like very big fluffy yeast dumplings, Japanese style. They're pretty nice. And also pretty tasty when they're cold. I mean, we do have all the skills and skill books, so I don't know. Ah, 6,000 gold. Not even that much. But I mean, slowly and surely the thief gets the prize.
Have you been to the temple of Solstissa? Is the King's Knight safe? Is Solstissa's chosen champion safe?
I guess that Solstice's chosen champion is probably the Red Prince, given that he's the only lizard you can play or have in your party. I don't think he's safe. Let's see if we have something nice. Reckless Mantle, ooh. I mean, the bonuses are not very nice, but the armor value seems pretty cool. Nah, oh yeah, look at that. I mean, we do lose the Hydrosophist, but still, over 200 more magic armor. Ooh, belt for the gifted. Constitution, battering, initiative. And some dodging. Let's go with that one for Ifan. Strength. I don't think they're nicer than our current ones. Nope. Finesse. Intelligence. Voodoo hands. I like the sound of that. Yeah, definitely. Here we go. Okay, let's just quickly equip the stuff we got. Yeah, let's also use that rune so we can get Mask Cleanse Wounds. It's a pretty nice skill. Here we go. Hoodoo? You do. Voodoo. Ifan. Go. Alrighty. And I mean, some more money. It's interesting that we can tell him that the temple stands in all as well, because we definitely weren't there. I'll keep an eye out if I should find myself there.
I fear that they are lost, but I thank you for your kindness. I shall pray for your deliverance, and for theirs.
He lowers his head, closes his eyes, and silently begins to pray.
No, I don't get that reference. Where's it from?
Almighty Duna, hear my
who are you?
prayer.
Listener
Save
priest.
your children.
See, that's nice skimpy male armor.
Useless.
The elven priest fervently prays.
Tell us what to do, brave Tirs and Delius. The Black Ring are on the threshold, and yet they fear us.
Oh.
I know it. They fear who we are. They fear the elves.
I don't think so. I don't think the Black Ring is fearing you elves, or us elves. Also very interesting choice of hairstyle, but you do you. Just out of curiosity, Lavender listens to the voice of his god within, and allows him to speak through Lavender.
You tell him his enemies are right to fear the elves. All should fear the elves, for the elves will rise. He must listen to his leaders. He must be ready. The time is near.
None of the 7 gods is really for coexistence, right? Except Amadia and probably Xanteza.
The voice finishes with an aside. The elves will rise and follow you. When you are all-powerful, when you are divine.
Yeah. It still feels like Justin Delius is just using us. Oh, some more merchants.
A customer. Perhaps you
Ah, you a demon.
trade. Find something to safeguard your...
You are a demon, my friend. I mean that the other hand, the other side of revealing armor, not even skin. We do not need any skill books. What we wanted to combine was Arrow Thought and Scoundrel. I have to go back for that one. Let's have a look at your weapons. That one nicer. It has an empty slot, but not the +2 strength. Is that a lance? Ah, it's a spear. Here's a dagger. Oh, the dagger is definitely nicer. And it even awards dual wielding. Unfortunately not finesse. But still. It's just way more damage. Here we go. The god using Immortal for their own and I would never even dream of it. Right. I mean, it seems like he doesn't even want to try to appear trustworthy. Just like, trust me. Yeah, I don't know. Who has the worst leggings? Oh, those are actually a pretty nice Fane. The contamination armor set is also not that great currently. Anyway, we're giving it to Ifan. Oh, and much nicer shields. But let's give the nicest one to Lohse. Hey, look at that. That's 300 more armor combined. A strong ring. Wonder if it's a good ring. Some more gloves. For Lavender, of course he went down so off. Oh yeah. Look at that comparison. But yeah, as I said, that's some things which happen when you play with a big party. You just don't get enough loot for that, so you have to make do. Ifan. Just casually change your hands here in front of everyone. Not that I would mind seeing that. Sebille, we're changing the worst dagger. Versus acquisition. Theoretically, we could use them to steal now, so let's do that. Of course, she loses her whole powers. Of course, she doesn't have a complete armor set anymore. Anyway.
His lascivious eyes flick over you to skin-crawling effect.
Vulnerable flesh.
Peruse this thing's wares. You know, I gotta say, I've never seen a creature like you. Where did you come from? Which I would doubt. He looks so much like the demons in Jahan's Cage.
A distant place called Nemesis. I couldn't resist the lure of this world, though. Such bloodshed and despair truly does loosen purse strings.
Trade the Merchant. What a nice name for a merchant.
Make trade.
The creature runs a black tongue across its maw while staring at you hungrily. For a brief moment, you see row upon row of jagged teeth stretching right back to its gullet.
Interesting, that's just a small summon. Wait, is that Raphael's voice? I also thought about... It seemed awfully familiar. That's
Your gold can't save you. Not against blades.
Do Harlep and Raphael share the same voice actor? Because I would say it sounds very similar to Raphael, but almost the same to Harlep. It really sounds like the Incubus.
He gently caresses your...
But perhaps I can.
It is the Incubus. I don't know if they have the same voice actor. They have. Then I'd say it's definitely the same. Because it definitely gives me so much Harlep vibes.
The creature stares.
Anyway.
Trade or go.
Where exactly did you come from?
A distant, hungry place. Your war draws me. Make trade or leave.
Look at that portrait, not scary at all. Okay, what we wanted to do was get a cheap Arrow Thought skill book. Go. Also take the Mystical Rune Frame, cause why not? And the Giant Masterwork runes, cause why not? Ooh, Chicken Claw, Armor of Frost, Haste, Inspiration, Healing Ritual. Can always use those. Okay. Let's quick save and quick steal. And yeah, see, the +2 from the gloves is really paying off. More than twice the amount of gold we can steal. Go. And here we go. Bye! Thanks for bartering. Who was
Hey there,
selling?
hopeful. I belong to Tyrsendilius. To whom are you sworn?
Oh, interesting. We didn't talk to you before. The Lost Knight. Interesting. A lizard following Tyrsendilius. I mean, after all our experiences with Tyrsendilius, I am sworn to know God.
From within you comes a jab of protest.
Shut up.
Can I interest you in a short discussion about the merits of Tirsen Delius, the poet of the woods, the god of the elves, and others?
Oh no. Can I interest you in a short talk about God? Put the foot into the door.
Inside you, Tirsen Delius issues a groan that leads you to suspect he has no idea who this lizard is.
It feels like we can annoy Tirsen Delius with listening to him, and that's enough. Spite is enough motivation to do things. Why, of course. Do go ahead and tell me about your god.
When she learned that I could not crush my own compassion, Solstice deserted me. She deserted all of us.
Oh, please no, I had enough of that growing up. Same.
I renounced her, and Tirsen Delius came to me. He soothed me with his gentle words, and I was whole once more. He could do the same for you, if you would have him when you fail.
And Tirsen Delius is like, I did no such thing. Yeah, anyway, do you have anything to trade?
If it may help you, I wish you well.
Save your children.
Useless.
It is so weird to have a dagger with single-handed, because who's using daggers single-handedly? I think actually the things are not as useful.
We're safe now.
Have you been to the temple of Solstice? Is the King's Knight safe?
You sell scoundrel things?
Solstice's
No.
chosen.
Who's selling scoundrel stuff?
Oh there. May I be of service?
Huntsman and warfare.
Have you been to the temple of Solstice?
Fire and
Is the King's
summoning.
Knight safe?
Do you use anything? I
The
don't think so.
priestess cowers back from you,
You do.
speeding up her fervent prayer. Her words descend into a senseless babble. A lone tear rolls down her cheek.
Here we go. Mage Slate game, good stat stick for crits and other stuff. But don't you use... Why would you use a dagger as a mage? Don't you just use as a mage like always your skills and then just take like a... Like what I like to use is a shield for more armor and, well, some kind of wand which just gives me nice buffs. But if I take a dagger, it would just give me finesse or something, right?
Almighty Duna.
Yes. Once after last result. Last resort, you mean? I never use them, but I still do equip them. Alright. Now, we can finally craft our smokescreen skill book. Combine this. One of the rare occasions we're actually crafting. Defense, I rely on my clothes. I mean, for me the thing was like, shields are just a very nice extra. And seems better so far than using another wand. Scoundrel, here we go. Smoke cover. That's interesting. Just like 2 hours ago, I said I wanted to put a point for Sebille into either Polymorph or Arrow Thought. I just put it into Scoundrel. Wow, Ethan. Anyway. Let's leave the merchants. We have their money and their wares.
Haven't seen anything like this since the death fog struck.
There might be nothing like this left in the world. Not since Lucian used the death fog on the elves.
Yeah. Probably the last elven village. I don't want to call it a city. Too small for that. Ooh, and an elven high priestess.
Godwoken, the mother tree calls you. Follow the spirit. Climb to the heart of the tree. The mother awaits.
Interesting.
The mother tree calls you, Godwoken.
Yes, yes. I think we talked to her before she could talk to us.
Nothing to me, Alexander.
Interesting. And here we are seeing face-off of Gareth and Alexander.
I am at the ready.
Ah, the music is so nice.
Lower your weapons. Gareth, listen to me.
Throw, Paladin Adelard. Interesting. Dolores doesn't seem to be here. I hope he made it. He seemed like an okay guy. Anyway, I would say, before we do that, we go to the Mother Tree. Because I think that will be quite interesting for Sebille. I just use the flower here. Before we go to Alexander, maybe we can also explore those two parts here. The heart of the Mother Tree. The music doesn't sound that nice. Creepy.
Mother, you don't look well. How vulnerable you are. That heart.
And it's a literal huge wooden heart. With a sign in front of it. Interesting that the heart of the Mother Tree and the Mother Tree is on the Nameless Isle. This was a tough fight in Tactician. Good thing we're not playing Tactician. Oh wait. That will work out. Powered by Monster Energy. Neat. I just have chai tea. Best I can do. Right, Elven Scion. Let's see. And quick save.
I am the scion of the Mother Tree. Her heart speaks through me.
Interesting, I thought Sebille was the sign of the Mother Tree.
The Mother asks you to help her. A lizard assassin stands near. A prince of shadows, come to strike at the heart of the elves. He must die, this lizard as Doombringer, and you must bring me his heart.
Can you maybe explain me the shadow?
The Shadow Prince is on this island, seeking our annihilation. He is the master of the House of Shadows. He is a terror that breathes.
And also pretty important for the Red Prince, but we don't have him along, so that doesn't matter.
Please, cut off its breath, then bring me its heart.
Because he's trying to kill the Red Prince. So, where can I find the Shadow Prince?
He is a lizard. No doubt he slithers close to the temple of his fork-tongued goddess, Zol Stissa. I am the scion of the Mother Tree. Her heart speaks through me.
Ah, now she's talking again to us, but also with Sebille included.
The scion of the Mother Tree. Let me talk to her, please. She and I have business.
And Lavender, of course, nods his assent.
The Mother is in danger. A shadow hunts her. You must rid us of the shadow.
That kind of feels like it should have happened before our talk. But anyway.
The Shadow Prince is on this island. He is the master of the House of Shadows. He is a terror that breathes. You know him simply as the Master, Sebille.
Oh! He's the one who used Sebille, who enslaved her. All the more reason to kill him.
It is time for vengeance. You must cut off its breath, then bring me its heart.
The Master. Where is he?
But I mean, how do we make sure that he's not just possessing Sebille, or not possessing, but commanding her again?
He is a lizard. No doubt he slithers close to the temple of his fork-tongued goddess.
Oh boy.
What's on your mind, darling?
You know, I know it's a sensitive topic, but I've long wondered how it all actually worked, you know, the Master and the Scar.
And I remember saying I'd probably never tell you.
Yeah, probably.
Then again, why not? I suppose some stories were always meant to be told.
I think that will be quite handy to know.
So, here goes. No, hang on.
Hmm?
She retrieves a small flask from her backpack, uncorks it, and takes a big swig.
Ah, that kind of story.
Tears stream from her eyes as she offers you the flask.
Oh boy, the good stuff.
They're tears of joy, I assure you. Here, have some joy.
Lavender shares some of the joy.
You drink. It burns. Soon the tears run down your cheeks as well.
Not bad, is it? So good it has us crying like babies. Now then, the epic of The Master and the Scar. Sounds like a melodramatic opera. There was, of course, some singing involved. It began when I woke in the dark room. He removed my blindfold, and still I did not see. He himself was darker than any shadow, but I could hear him give orders to another.
I really enjoy Sebille's quest, but that's... I know I said that before, that's all completely new for me. And it's really great, it's really cool, there's so much story to that. Gotta be some powerful meat. Actually, I don't think so. I think it will be probably just some spirit or something, cause with meat, like everything you ferment with like yeast, you usually don't get that much alcohol, because the yeast just dies. I did a lot of alcohol fermentation in my studies, because that's actually part of biotechnology when you study it. It's pretty fun. Did like lots of different sorts of alcohol, like I did apple wine and red wine and sake and different 2 types of beer. And it's really interesting because that's literally part of practical courses for biotechnology. And I also made meat with a friend, but that actually got like a really low alcohol content. I think it was like too much sugar for the yeast, but well, anyway.
Stingtail. How he came to regret the actions he performed that day. The master bid the dream a dream, and so he did. He sat there. I could feel his hands upon my cheeks.
And that's why she also was so keen on getting revenge on Stingtail. If you remember the dreamer who stole the drugs from, how was he called? Griff, from the thug boss in Fort Joy.
He trembled, as if in pain. I didn't know what was going on until quite suddenly, his right hand became aflame.
You branded her.
I screamed as he traced the design of the scar into my searing flesh, but I could not move, not an inch. And all the while the master looked on in darkest silence.
Lavender shakes his head. I had no idea such horror came with your scarring.
Like I said before, didn't exactly feel like a kiss. So, once the scarring was over, and the pain began to fade, the training began. With words, whistles, snaps of the fingers even, the master could make me obey his every command. Young, strong, smart. You know I don't exactly lack in qualities. Didn't take him long to train me in the arts of stealth, subterfuge, and assassination.
But what a horrible fate. Like trying to flee for freedom, and then an even worse fate.
It shakes me little now, all too little. But that first time, that first real kill, it was such stuff as nightmares are made on. I had now lived in the dark for what might as well have been years. I was in a wood, but the trees there were sick. Grey, leafless hydras sticking out of ashen earth. There were no stars that night. She sat, shivering beside a fire. I was nervous. I had to chase her. My hand hated itself, tried to resist, but there is no resisting the master's song. My stabs weren't as mercifully exact as they should have been. I had to bring down the needle again and again as her screams flooded the forest with terror.
Yikes.
When it was done, I crawled back to the master, broken, crept back into the box, and through its cold black lid, he told me I had done well. Next time, I'd do better.
The Master and the Scar. It's an epic that deserves to be unwritten.
You understand me completely. With the needle, I'll kill him. And with the needle, I'll strike his name from my skin. The bastard will be master no longer.
Definitely deserves that. But yeah, how do we prevent you from getting possessed again? I have actually no idea at all. If I may ask, do you think she'd make for a good goddess?
The very best.
Oh, poor Sebille, she's so broken, very similar to Astarion. Yeah, there's so many similarities between her and Astarion.
She cocks her head ever so slightly and eyes you as innocently as a kitten.
Oh.
Why? Don't tell me you disagree.
Lavender smiles and says, I most certainly wouldn't. Sebille the Magnificent. He'd be more popular than Lucian ever was.
Thank you. I quite agree, and I'm sure I'll have mercy on you when I'm a goddess. You, but a mortal at my feet. In all seriousness, though, the prospect both tickles and terrifies me.
Power corrupts.
I mean, divinity. Will it be a blessing or a burden? Would we be truly omnipotent, or merely the servants of an unruly universe, as desperate for control as we are now?
Yeah.
And then there's the question that makes me shiver most of all. Would we still be ourselves? Would I remain Sebille, or would my mortal soul die upon gaining divine immortality?
And even if it doesn't, like, how much does it warp you? Just the power. You know, I've actually asked myself the same question. All we can do is try and see.
Take the plunge and don't look back, huh? As good a plan as any, I presume.
She sighs and closes her eyes, then smiles her easy smile.
Such a silly game we play, to be a god. It's quite wasted on mortals, if you ask me. We are all of us too blemished to become immaculate.
But then again, some of us, or one of us, has to. Off we go. It sounds so fun. What do students get to do with all the alcohol you make? Are you allowed to indulge? We are. What they do is, like at the end of the practical course, you have like an exam for like getting your mark and controlling what you learned and stuff, blah blah blah. But like after the exam, you had like a breakfast all together, or more like lunch. And there you could drink it, and you could also take some of it home if you wanted to. And yeah, a lot of the BG3 characters have hints of just two companions. Fane with Gale, Raphael with Blank, Ifan with Shard. Oh, I hate Shard, that word. I see very little similarities between Ifan and Shadowheart though. Like, I'd say the most are definitely Sebille and Astarion. I guess to some degree, Beast has similarities to Will, like the outcast trying to restore like his family honor, or like, well, the kingdom or the dukedom of a relative. And, well,